Hello YouTube, it's your boy D Nasty here coming at you live on Legacy Retro, and we have a stranger here. How'd you do?
9-0 at PPG Texas Summit.
Okay. And your prizes?
The prizes was OT Colossal and First Ed, Ghost Rare, Stardust. I think it's Mod Plate.
All right, yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
Nice and creamy, okay. Congratulations on the win, of course.
Right.
And you did it with, what deck?
Vayu Turbo.
Vayu?
No oppression or deck dev in the main.
But Vayu didn't do that great yesterday, right?
No, there was 3 in top 8 yesterday, and today there was 4.
Yeah.
And 3.
I thought 3 in top 4.
3 in
Vayu,
top
Vayu,
4.
Vayu.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do my ass. Fuck the top 4.
All right. Well, congratulations. And before we start, let's get the shout outs.
Shout outs, everyone who watches the channel, my sponsor, Team Epic, Epic Cards and Games, Cam the Man Neil, Josh Jordan, Sean Henson.
He's behind us.
Fetty.
Man, get out of here, dude.
And I guess just my team, my other team, Team Legacy.
Team Legacy, okay.
Javi, Adrian, Randy, Lowe's, DJ, and Scott. I'm sure I forgot someone, but that's it.
I think you got them all.
All right.
Okay. Well, congratulations again. And all right, we can get to the profile.
I'll just go over whatever's like not standard. Like this is standard: 3 Sirocco, 3 Vayu. Don't need to explain that. People are making fun of me for this, but I've 2-2. I don't want to draw. I've run like 3-1 last week, but I decided to go 2-2 because I don't ever want to draw 2 Raikos, and I don't ever want to draw a double hamster. I think I did draw 1 hamster dead just one time in this tournament, but I think this is a decent ratio. Also play Charge, so.
Yeah, I know you've been back and forth on Charge and Trooper. Well, not Trooper, but definitely Charge.
And next up, 2 Greffer. I was on 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes you draw too many Vayus in your hand, so you do need the 3rd one, but it can get cloggy. This is something that I'm not like sure on. I could see myself playing 3 or 2. Today I decided to go for 2. It just depends.
You were playing Murray, and Josh was telling Murray not to respond to the Greffer, and I'm like, are you crazy? I was just gonna ride that Greffer all turn. If you don't kill it, he's gonna keep it up all day.
Yeah. And then 2 Arma. That's standard. You need 2 in case you mill 1. So next up, the 1-ofs. 1 Plague, Dark Arm, Necro, Gale, Card Trooper. So I guess these are the 3 that are. I decided to cut down to 1 Caius. I wasn't on 2, but it's just too many normal summons. So I kind of replaced the 2nd Caius with Chaos Sorcerer.
Okay, that's a spice, right?
I mean, it's okay. I only have 2 Raiko and 2 Hamster, and then I added the Lila.
Lila, that's what I heard.
So, and Charge.
Is that my Lila or somebody else?
That's your Lila. Shout out to D Nasty for giving us. Oh, I forgot to give you a shout out.
No, that's fine. You don't got to tell me.
D-Nasty.
It's not even good.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, Lila. I just wanted another light, and it's actually I didn't draw too much, but it's okay just to have an extra option with Charge of the Light Brigade. So because sometimes you don't want to go get a Raiko.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to go like Charge for Lila, and then Crash with Greffer or pop a back row. Sometimes you need a Burial or Return.
I'm sure you'll have an OT soon.
Yes, this is
stand-in. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that'll get upgraded soon. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So is that like most Vayu lists play 3 Raiko? So the only difference is I use the Lila over the 3rd Raiko. And then triple upstart, always play upstart. I think that gives me an advantage over like the Sizzle 41 because my deck's just slightly more consistent. Like 37 versus 41. Yeah, that's the only difference. It's like I just feel my deck in the long run I'm gonna see my power cards a little more than the standard list.
Okay.
All right. Brain Control, Allure, Heavy, Burial. There's the Charge I was talking about. Rhoda. No MST in the main deck. The only time I really want MST, especially now that I have Lila and Raiko and Hamster, is against Blackwings. That's the only time I really want MST.
Same. I mained it today for the first time in a long time. It was nice though.
I don't think you really need it in this deck. Maybe in Blackwings, I think you need it.
You need something to go through,
Now my trap lineup, again, no deck dev or oppression. So 2 Bottomless, 2 Prison, Dust Shoot, Torrential. This card it's kind of like a necessary evil. I hate this card, but you just kind of need it sometimes. People go off on you. And 1 Solemn, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Return. I actually haven't been playing this card for a long time, but I'd rather just have it in my deck somewhere. I actually side decked it yesterday, and today I just threw it in the main, put the deck devs and the oppressions in the side.
People are going to ask you about your deck dev choice and your oppression, especially with all the GBs that was here yesterday. So what made you double down on the no pressing? Just the right move?
Just too many Vayus. I mean, I played 3 Vayu yesterday, and there was 4 in top 8. The mirror match is too relevant, so that's why I don't like oppression. And there's too many black wings as well. So
yeah.
And as far as deck dev goes, I played deck dev yesterday, and it's a good card, but I'd rather just have it in the side deck. Basically, I kind of like put the Solemn in the main deck for the deck dev and something else.
Maybe like the Lila.
The I guess probably
that package, yeah. More aggression.
Probably I guess Charge or Lila was the second deck dev, and they'll come in certain matchups. So
okay.
All right, that's the main deck 40. And then Gore's Token, even though I don't play Gore's at all. Usually I side deck Gore's, but I don't think Gore's is all that, so I took it out. Yesterday I was side decking it, so extra deck. This is the standard. I'm not gonna talk about any of this. This is a standard cookie cutter Vayu extra deck. The only thing that sometimes comes up is the third arm wing, really rarely, but this is standard. I'm not even gonna talk about the extra deck. Everyone plays this extra deck.
All right.
And then the side deck, two oppression, the 2 deck devs in the side. These are like mandatory.
Did you play any frog today or yesterday?
I did. I played 1 frog hero. I lost to Forg yesterday.
Yeah.
And today I lost game 1 to frog hero, but I came back and beat him game 2 and 3. Probably because of these 2 cards. I saw this game 2 and I saw this game 3.
All right.
So that's the thing about frogs. They win game 1 a lot, but then they lose game 2 and 3.
Oh, we were just talking about that during your game.
2 dust. I was on 3, but I don't know. I have MST, I have Lila, I have Raikou. So like the only time I really want the third one is against Blackwing. And if they open Whirlwind. If they don't open Whirlwind, yeah, I don't know. 2's fine. You can get away with 2. This card is mostly for like the crazy decks. Like Gigavice, Amaryllis, and Dragon Turbo. I did play a Dragon deck, and this did come. Actually, I cited it in game 2, but game 3 I saw he was on like multiple Starlight Roads, I think. So I decided to. Did you get his deck list?
Yeah.
Was he on multiple Starlight Roads?
He ran 1. He mained 1.
Did he cide the second one?
I don't remember.
But like, yeah,
off the top of my head. I believe he did.
He got me with Starlight Roads, so that's why I took it out game 3. And then 3 spells.
This deck was interesting.
I'll look at it. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
There's the MST that's not in the main deck. 1 Mind Control. 1 My Body. I didn't draw this. I only played 1 Blackwing, so I don't know how good this is. This is either My Body or Starlight Road. I don't know. This could be Starlight. I just wanted this. Basically, the 3rd Dust got replaced for this because I want something to stop Icarus.
Okay.
And this also stops Bottomless, Torrential, Mirror Force. But Starlight Road could be better. I'm not sure on that one yet.
All right.
2 Cyber, 2 Dyna. And then last card I added last minute was the DD Crow. One of. I got tired of, I got beat by Forg. And I just wanted one for like Forg and a couple of the other decks, and it's decent in the mirror, so I decided to randomly throw 1 in there. Over Compulse. I think Compulse was the only thing I like about Compulse in the mirror is like when they mind control you, you can compulse your monster, but this one might be better. This one's better in other matchups.
That's pretty lackluster.
So that's why, even though it does get deck dev, it's fine.
Okay, I know you're representing DFW. Notable matchups or anything like that, or changes that you'd like to make, maybe going forward?
I don't know. I'm always changing stuff up.
You are.
And so
I know we talked about the 3 hamster line.
Maybe the third Greffer maybe will find its way back in the main deck. That's about it.
They're gonna take this. Where can they catch you next? Is it gonna be Indy, RBT?
I'll be at Indy. I'll be at Santa Clara and Chicago. So there.
All right. Well, congratulations on winning, everybody. Give it up for Oscar. Whatever.
Appreciate it.
Yay.
Couldn't have done it without my my mentor Donnell D Nasty.
Yeah, right. Yeah, me, sure. I suck, guys.
All right, man.
All right, well, congratulations, and I'm sure everyone can find you next week at Indy. Say what's up.
Yep.
It's Nasty Kribo and Oscar. We're out.
All right, guys. I'm back from the PPG Pro Play Summit Texas Edison5K. This was 2 separate tournaments on 2 days. So Saturday we had 1 5K, and then Sunday we had a separate 5K. So I'm gonna go over how my tournaments went for both days, and what decks topped. So shout out to Ryan and I for winning day 1. We had 3 epic players make top 8. Ryan and I first place with Lightsworn. Josh Jordan second place with Machina Hero, and Yobani top 8 with Vayu Turbo. Yobani's actually topped 3 tournaments in a row. He top 8 at the Edison Battle Zone Royale, and then made top 8 both days at the PPG 5K. Josh Jordan also topped both days. He topped second place day 1 Machina Hero, switched to Vayu Turbo, and made top 4 on day 2. But he did start. The people who top 8'd day 1 got buys for day 2, which I didn't like. That's my one complaint. Now Ryan and I didn't come back for day 2. He had to work, so who knows how it would have played out had he came back for day 2. And let's go over the top 8 decks. We had 1 Gladiator Beast, 1 Blackwing, 1 Machina Hero, 1 Lightsworn, 1 Zombie, which is Keegan E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! He went 6-0 in Swiss. Lost in top 8. He fell victim to the 1 seed curse. And then 3 Vayu Turbo. So I'll go over real quick on how day 1 went for me. I went 4-2, but I lost kind of early. So like round 1, I got paired against Danny, who's playing 4. I lost the roll. Game 1, I think there was not much I could do. He just drew like a pretty broken hand. Game 2, I won thanks to Oppression and Solemn Judgment. I like a Solemn just Heavy Storm. And then game 3, I actually was in a pretty good spot. So this is the list right here that I used for day 1, but I made changes for day 2. So game 3, he goes first, sets a back row. I go Special Summon Grepher, send Necro, and by discarding Sirocco, send Vayu and Necrogarna, summon the Armwing, attack with both, trying to bait out his back row. Then he goes Karma Cut my Armwing, and then I go normal summon Dinah. I have no back row, so I have Necro, Caius. I have Dinah, Grepher, Necrogarna in the graveyard, and Caius. And he goes draw for turn, summon Kaiku. Now, some people said you could have banished the Necrogarna, but like, I expect 4 players to mostly side Breaker over Kaiku, but Kaiku worked out here, and then I lost after that. I couldn't come back, so I'm already down 0-1, which is not good. And then round 2, I play against Mike Ridley from Oklahoma. I think both these guys are from Oklahoma. So for the PPG, we had a lot of people from out of town. We had a couple Oklahoma guys, people from South Texas, one guy from New York. And what's funny, we actually had a lot of people from a decent group from Cali, but they played Lorcana day 1, and then they came and played Edison day 2, because there was a lot of tournaments going on. We had One Piece, Advanced Yu-Gi-Oh!, Lorcana. Anyway, so yeah, game 1, I deck dev'd Mike Ridley, and I hit a bunch of cards. And then game 2, he opened Necrogarna and 3 Vayus. I mind controlled his Vayu, which was unfortunate, but I still won just because his hand was awful. And then I Black Rosed him, and he had to Burial just to stay alive. So yeah, it was a quick 2-0. And then round 3, I don't really remember this match. I just know I got 2-0'd by Black Wings. I lost a die roll. I also lost a die roll to Mike Ridley. So far, I've lost all 3 die rolls. Now, round 4, I finally won the die roll against Nam from my locals. He's playing Gadgets. He's kind of new to Edison, but it was a 2. I forgot how I won. I just know it was a 2-0. But at this point, like, I know I'm probably not going to make top 4. Or top 8. I'm just getting the reps in. Now, round 5, I played against Ben. Won the die roll, and it was a Vayu mirror match, and it was 2-0. And then round 6, I played against Insu. I lost a die roll, so I went 2-4 in the die roll, so not the best. But yeah, round 6, I played against Insu in a Vayu mirror, and I don't really remember this match day 1, but it was 2-1. I think game 3, I just drew return. Yeah, I just beat him with return. So yeah, 4-2, and then real quick, I'm gonna go over the changes that you guys. I decided to do the deck profile first, so you guys can get the reaction of how I was right after I won. So this was day 1 deck list, and day 2 I made some changes. Solemn moved to the main deck. Gores was cut completely. Compose was cut completely. And Deck Dev was moved to the side deck. Let's see what else. We cut a Caius. We cut a Grepher. And what did we add? We added Lila to the deck. We added Charge. Yes, Lila, Charge. And what else did we add? Oh, Chaos Sorcerer. So a few changes to the main deck. Yeah, so this was the main deck. And then we had one more side card. So it's kind of really the same deck. So yeah, and then we added DD Crow and, went from 4-2 to 9-0. Now, would this... if I had played this list, would I have done better against the Blackwing player? Maybe. Would I have done better against Forg? I'd probably still lose game 1 to Forg. So yeah, I don't know which list is better, but this one felt a little better. So now let's go over the tournament report for day 2. So that was day 1. So day 2, we actually had a few more players. We had 52. I'll go over the top 8 decks. So top 8, we had 4 Vayu Turbo this time. Yeah, we went from 3 to 4. So half the top 8 was Vayu. Also, half the top 8 was Epic players. We had myself, Josh Jordan, Vic. Congrats to him. He was playing Machina Hero. Finally, I told him that was my favorite deck out of all the spicy ones he's played on the channel, and proving it here. He made top 8. He went X1. Actually, day 2, no X2s got in. Everyone who got in was X1. There was actually one X1 who got 9th place. So Vic, who else made top 8 from Epic? Oh, Yobani again. Yobani, Vic, myself, and Josh. And the top 8 was 1 Dragon, 1 GB, 4 Vayu, 1 Machina Hero, and 1 pure Machina Control. He went undefeated in the Swiss rounds. So did I. We both went undefeated, but again, they messed up. The way things played out, they messed it up. And there was 2 undefeateds going into top 8, and he was the 1 seed. He fell victim to the 1 seed curse, and then lost to Murray, who snuck in at 8th, and then Murray and I met in the finals. So, all right. So we'll go over how the day 2 went. Again, 52 players, 6 rounds of Swiss, cut the top 8 for 5K. Same thing as day 1. So day 2, I lost to Dairo against Ruben. I believe he's from California. I know he went undefeated in the Swiss round at the Ultimate Time Wizard in Sacramento. I kind of recognized him because I was trying to get his deck profile at Sacramento. I remember I was going to ask him, but game 1, he opened 1-for-1 Mali, which was insane. Is insane. Like one of the best open besides Stratos. The only thing that would have been better is he opened Stratos. So 1-for-1 Mali. And I remember I trapped Dust Shoot him and he had Ryza, Caius, and Junk Sync. Oh, he opened Junk Synchron too. He goes 1-for-1 Mali, Junk. So just ends on like the hard dupe block. And then I trapped Dust Shoot him and he had Junk, Caius, Ryza, and I just scooped. I was like, I can't win this game. All right. So that was game 1. Game 2, I went with Oppression. And game 3, I opened Dust Shoot and Deck Depth. And I think he mentioned that he made a small mistake because he had like Ab Zero and another monster. I can't remember what the other monster was that he had on the field. But he set Mirror Force and he shouldn't have. And then I think I killed him through Gores, I think. And because I knew he had the Gores because I deck dev'd him. So I was able to kill him through Gores. And yeah, maybe he wins if he doesn't set the mirror. Oh, I think what happened was I Black Rosed him. He Ryzed me, so he knew I had Gale in my hand because I think he Dust Shooted me as well. I can't remember how he knew I think it was Dust Shoot. So he Ryzed my Greffer, so he knew I had a Black Rose play. So I Black Closed him, set return, and I return and like double pump to kill him through Gores. All right. So I Legacy 2-0 Ruben. That was my first match. And then game 2, I played against Hunter playing GBs. I won the die roll, so 1-1 in the die roll for now. Now Hunter, he told me he got the bye round 1. So like I remember game 1, I Dust Shoot him and he drew no monsters, and I was just like I knew all his cards. I was able to play around everything. And game 2, I just heavied him for 3. Like he goes set 3, and I just heavy stormed him. And like because game 1, I saw a lot of his trap cards, so I was like, maybe he's not on Starlight Road, and I just easily won after I heavied him for 3. All right, round 3, I went against Jared playing Black Wings. I won the die roll, so 2-1 in the die roll. Game 1, I opened Dust Shoot, return. Not much else to say there. Game 2, he opened Whirlwind. And what caught me off guard was he Caiused me in Black Wings. I was like, I remember I was shocked. So he had like a Shura and a Bora on the field. And I had to set Hamster, even though I had no Raikos in my deck because he noblemaned me early on in the game. And I was like, okay, I have to set this Hamster and hope he doesn't have Kalut to run over my Hamster. And then he goes, because I think I dealt with his Whirlwind eventually somehow. I can't remember how. Maybe MST or Dust. Then he Caiused me and I was like, okay, that's game. All right, so game 3. What happened in game 3? Oh, he kind of bricked. Yeah, he drew like all monsters. He just summoned Blizzard, and then I beat him with like I had to like returned Dark Arm Stardust on the field, so he couldn't win. I didn't even need the Dark Arm. Return was enough for game. So yep, that was game 3. So I'm 3-0. Now, round 4, I got paired down against, first time I kind of talked to him, first time meeting him, Keegan, E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! He and I got paired down against him. He was playing that zombie deck that he went 6-0 day 1 with, and I remember he rolled first. He rolled a 12. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, he rolled a 12. I rolled like a 10. And I don't know what happened this match. It was just a swift 2-0. Game 1, he did pretty bad. Didn't really see his engine. And then game 2, I like DDV'd him for like 4, and that's why 3 or 4. I think it was 3. And just hand knowledge is just insane, so I was able to swiftly 2 him. So I'm moving on with a 4-0 record. I felt pretty good. Also, he allured away his dark arm, and he told me it was kind of a mistake, but he doesn't play that many dark, so whatever. All right, so 4-0. I'm pretty much not guaranteed top 8, but I have a good shot. And then round 5, I got paired down again. I think it's one of the reasons why I didn't get the 1 seed, because I got paired down twice. Versus Philip. He's playing Gravekeepers, and game 1, I got him with the pro. Like, I heavied him. I got lucky. Well, I wouldn't say I got lucky. He just didn't see roll. I remember when I sat down. Okay, I won the die roll here. I lost a die roll against Keegan. This is round 5. So I'm 3-2 in the die roll. And I remember thinking, if he opens Royal Tribute, I lose. And it's just GK. Like, that's such a win condition, Royal Tribute. But luckily, he didn't see it game 1. And I got him with heavy. And, I won game 1 against him. And then game 2, I DDV'd the heck out of him and, saw all his cards. He kept in oppression against Vayu, though, which I don't think he should have. That was a small mistake on his part, but I was able to 2-0 him. So now I'm 5-0, guaranteed, top 8. Round 6, I played against Adam, playing Vayu Turbo. So again, going into round 6, we had 4 undefeateds. Now, some people said we should have had a 7th round, but the problem was we weren't supposed to have a 7th round. Like, I wasn't supposed to be getting paired down the previous 2 rounds, but they messed up with the people they gave the buys to. So it was just, they should just get rid of the buys. It's not needed. Like, would Josh have made, he had a much easier road. No disrespect to Josh, but come on. I would have done the same thing if I got the buys, but it's just unfair. It's unfair. Anyways, so round 6, I played against Adam, who made top 4 of both days. It was a 2-0. Game 1, I think I returned him and dust shooted him. And then game 2 was like, I won. Game 2 was crazy. I triple upstarted him, and I OTK'd him. I put 11,000 on board. So all you people who are against upstart, ask Adam. I killed him through 11,000. Not through Gores, though. If he had Gores, it wasn't game. I couldn't put 11,000 through Gores, but it was because of Dad, Burial, and Brain Control. The 3 1-ofs. So yeah, 6-0. Even though I didn't get the 1 seed, I got the 2 seed, and in top 8, I got paired against Frank. We got his deck profile. He's playing a Dragon deck. What's funny is, I guess I'll go a little what happened. I actually Legacy 2-0'd all 3 of my opponents in top 8. I Legacy 2-0 Dragons, Legacy 2-0 Josh, and Legacy 2-0 Murray. And now, what's crazy is game 1 against Disaster, I thought I was going to win. I just couldn't apply enough pressure because, he Gold Star, Future Fusion, but my hand was kind of slow, so I couldn't apply enough pressure. But I had my hand was insane. I go Stardust, 3 back row, pass. And then I lost because he brain controlled my Stardust, and I had bottomless torrential Mirror Force. And then I bottomless his red med. I think because he had all gas in his hand. So I bottomless your red med. He didn't negate it with my Stardust. Then he does something else. Torrentials. I torrential him, and he flips Starlight Road. So now he has 2 Stardust to negate my Mirror Force. And I was like, yeah, I lose because he OTK'd me. I was upset about that one. And then I don't really remember what happened. Game 2 was just so quick. The thing was crazy was game 3. I saw it now that I've seen his deck list. He was on 3 Quackamary Drago, and he was cooking me with Drago really bad. I had to top deck I had a few outs to his Draco because he had nothing to protect the Draco. He didn't have a bottomless, a deep prison, or anything like that. So I remember draw, set Raikou, pass, and then he goes Prohibition Raikou. He didn't know that if it's already set, it won't apply. Then he attacks from Draco. I Raikou his Draco, and I'm like, okay, now I can play. And then he goes Special Red Med, bring back the Draco, and I was like, oh yeah, now I have to rip. I only had a few outs at that point, which was 3 Sirocco and Gale. and I top decked Gale, half his Draco attack, and then I slowly came back after that. Because I kind of knew his back row. He had one back row there that was dead. The Prohibition was dead. So, yeah, I was able to come back. It was tough, really close game. I thought if I didn't top deck that Gale or the Raikou at the right time, I was gonna lose because my hand was just pretty much all monsters. And top 4 against Josh. Game 1, I just drew all monsters and I didn't see Dark Greffer. Like he just had I drew like one of those hands, like a bunch of Vayus and stuff, and I just couldn't win. I don't really remember what happened game 2. Yeah, this match was a blur, but I'll go over what happened game 3 against Josh. One thing I do want to mention is Josh his deck was kind of weird. Like he was main decking Cyber Dragon and Kaiku, and Josh is a good friend of mine. We drove to the event together, and he milled a Kaiku game 1. Look, Josh is my boy, but if I can get that free win, I'm gonna try and get the free win. So I told the judge, does he main deck Kaiku? And I trust Josh. He told me you don't trust. I was like, dude, I gotta find out who main decks Kaiku. And Josh was main decking Kaiku, and whatever. So game 3 was a really good game. We were kind of like both top decking. I mind controlled them. I remember that, and we're both really low on life points. And it came down to where he goes normal summon Sirocco, special summon Armed Wing, and he tries to go for game, but I chain deck dev to Sirocco's effect, and so it's not game. He runs over my Greffer, and then I have like Lila Sirocco in my hand, and I go Sirocco, pump, attack over your Sirocco. I have to attack over the Sirocco, not the Armed Wing, because if I attack over I think I had like heavy and I was something else. Maybe I had return. Yeah, and then so I know all his cards because the DDV. Then he draws like a brick or something that's irrelevant. So he has Arm Wing to my Sirocco, right? And he goes, attack your Sirocco with Arm Wing. I take 300. Now, we're both on range where we lose. So if I top deck another Sirocco, he loses. So he chose to tribute set his Sirocco. And then I run over the Sirocco with Lila. I think had he just kept the Arm Wing on the field, maybe he wins. I'm not sure. I think I can't remember what my back row was, but maybe he wins that game. I'm not sure, but I ended up winning. And then versus Murray, I Legacy 2-0. I'm not going to go over because that video is up on the channel. Yeah, great tournament. I got first Ghost Rare, first Ed, Stardust, Ultimate Colossal Fighter. It was fun. Again, I've hardly ever gone undefeated at these type of tournaments. Most of the time I go like X1. Sometimes I'll go like at X11 or I'll get into Top Gun at X2, and it was a blast. First PPG event for me. We'll see if I go to these moving forward. I think it is kind of worth it because like 6 rounds and you get like top 8 gets like 400 store credit. So the price support is good. Now, I think the turnoff is people don't like the entry fee. I think the entry fee is high, but it makes sense to give out a lot of stuff. So, yep. And I'll be attending RBT Indy. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play in the RBT. I might join the Ultimate Time Wizard tournament. It depends on what giant card. Like if it's a giant Vayu, I want to play for a giant Vayu. So we'll see for that one. And but I will be playing RBT Santa Clara and RBT Chicago coming up in the next couple of weeks. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this tournament report and the deck profile. If you haven't already, please consider joining our members only. I'm uploading an extra 2 to 3 videos a week, mostly DB replays. Also, I have a coupon code for 5% off Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles and product at Epic Cards and Games. The code is my first and last name, Oscar Zelaya, one word, all caps. All those links are in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.